On this episode of Cape Media News, COVID in Yarmouth, the return of the Jolly Captain, and the Cape Cod Commission faces an appeal of a proposed new apartment complex. These stories and more tonight on Cape Media News. Good evening and welcome to Cape Media News, your source for hyperlocal news that matters. I'm Lauren Williamson. As we are entering the fourth year of the pandemic, life has more or less gone back to normal. And while it's important to stay informed on local and national trends in respect to COVID-19, the data doesn't always reflect how dangerous the virus can still be in 2023. For more information on this, here's Ryan Downs.
COVID update for Yarmouth and Barnstable County residents. A confirmed case of COVID-19 is determined by positive molecular testing, which is done by professionals at healthcare facilities. This should not be confused with antigen self-test kits, as those are not added to the state's official dashboard. Percent positivity is calculated using molecular tests only and by dividing the number of positive tests by the number of total tests given during the time frame. The results below are recorded from February 19th through March 4th. In its most recent weekly update as of March 9th, the Mass.gov COVID-19 data dashboard stated Barnstable County has had 124 new confirmed cases, with a 6.8 14-day percent positivity rate. Take one step deeper into those stats and you will find Yarmouth has accounted for at least 30 of the confirmed cases and holds a 7.43 14-day percent positivity, which is higher than the state average of 5.84. Since February 21st, 2023, the Windsor Nursing Home in Yarmouth has been experiencing a COVID-19 outbreak. Bruce Murphy, Director of Health in Yarmouth, addressed the outbreak in last week's Board of Selectmen meeting on March 7th, as well as in a Code Red update on the Town of Yarmouth's website on March 9th.
Good evening, Bruce Murphy, Director of Health. Thank you for inviting me here. Just as an update on the COVID, what we've seen outbreak at Windsor Nursing Home. It started February 21st. It went somebody that they believe it was somebody asymptomatic that probably spread it, but there was also visitors in there, so it's really hard to pinpoint. 3/4 of the residents and staff have been fully vaccinated, but they had milder symptoms. Unfortunately, there were several deaths. So I've been in touch with the administrator over there pretty much daily. Department of Public Health also pretty much a daily contact. They come down with these large cases and really take over the operation, staffing, and make sure they have appropriate staffing. They felt after the Department of Public Health, after meeting with their their administrator, that they needed to send the state rapid response team down. So they sent, I believe it was 13 to 15 nurses and CNAs to help staff on the floor to give them some assistance. It's under DPH control. The cases are starting to level off and drop off now. They've cleared several numbers that were positive now that they have been retested as negative. They've had enough supply from state for personal protective equipment and test kits. All the testing of the positives were on self-test kits. So that will not go into our statistics for a number of positive cases coming out this week, because they weren't tested at the hospital. So we'll just stay in touch. It looks like it's waning down.
If the Windsor outbreak were to be added to the database, the results for Yarmouth and Barnstable County would drastically change. With 75 residents testing positive and another 19 staff members, Yarmouth's last 14-day count would be 4 times larger and closer to 120 instead of 30, while the Barnstable County case count would just about double from 124 to at least 218. Barnstable County confirmed and probable cases resulting in death would also spike. As there were 6 deaths in the past week, Windsor's outbreak resulted in 5. In closing the Code Red update, Murphy announced his retirement after 43 years of service to the town of Yarmouth. The Board of Selectmen has tentatively scheduled a retirement ceremony to commemorate his contributions to the community on April 4th, 2023.
April 4, a couple of things we want to do is have a recognition for Bruce Murphy, retiring after 43 years of service to the town. That's just astounding. What a record of service, and what a great man for accomplishing that for the town of Yarmouth. I just can't say enough for that.
When is his retirement date?
June, but he's going to
okay.
be using up a lot of vacation time and stuff, so he's going to be going out pretty soon.
Oh, boy.
For more COVID updates, you can go to mass.gov under their COVID-19 section. For more information regarding the Windsor nursing home outbreak or Bruce Murphy's retirement, you can head to yarmouth.ma.us and use the search bar within their website. For Cape Media News, I'm Ryan Downs.
The town of Dennis, Haggis Beach, which suffered damages to its revetment during a winter storm in December 2022, now requires emergency repairs to stabilize the seawall. A reserve fund transfer request of $18,500 has been approved by the Select Board and Finance Committee. As engineering report has recommended by the collapse of voids created by the storm, along with the installation of stones and sand to ensure the seawall is safe. It was determined that the use of concrete would violate resource protection regulations and create problems for permanent repairs. Conservation has approved the work plan and an emergency permit has been issued, with work set to begin on Monday and last up to 2 weeks, with completion expected by April 1st. On Saturday, March 25th at 1 p.m., the Barnstable Youth Commission, Barnstable High School Green Club, and the Sturgis East Environmental Club are hosting an event called PFAS and Your Community at Sturgis Charter Public School Community Center in Hyannis. There will be a screening of short films about the impact of PFAS and pollution on the human health and the environment, followed by a panel discussion. Panelists include Massachusetts State Senator Julian Cyr and Dr. Laurel Shader, senior scientist at Silent Springs Institute, among other local leaders and experts. Dr. Shader is the lead investigator of the Massachusetts PFAS and Your Health study, which is sponsoring the event. The event is free and all are welcome. Drop off your unwanted books and media. Chatham Recycles is hosting a book and media swap on Saturday, April 1st from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the Town Annex, 261 George Ryder Road. Chatham Recycles will be accepting donations March 27th to 31st and is accepting books, CDs, DVDs, VHS tapes, cassette tapes, vinyl records, and puzzles. They are not accepting homemade videos or cassettes, encyclopedias, electronic devices, or moldy books. You don't have to drop off anything to take home free books, music, or movies. For more information, visit chathamrecycles.org or call 508-945-5165. Coming up after the break, the Jolly Captain and more. Stay tuned.
We are tied to the ocean, and when we go back to the sea, whether it is to sail or to watch it, we are going back from whence we came.
John F. Kennedy's legacy comes alive at the JFK Hyannis Museum. Step into the unforgettable summer White House days of the 1960s when a beloved president and his family brought joy and hope to a nation. This summer, visit the JFK Hyannis Museum to see one-of-a-kind exhibits, including Presidential Summers, the Kennedys on Cape Cod, John F. Kennedy's Rocking Chair, and RFK, Ripple of Hope. Visit jfkhyannismuseum.org to learn more, buy tickets, or become a member.
Hi, I'm Jill Goldsmith, Chatham's town manager. Come join Team Chatham. Chatham is a world-famous coastal town with a true sense of community. It is also a great place to work. The town of Chatham has several open positions and is currently accepting applications from highly motivated, community-oriented individuals who want to be a part of our dynamic team. Check the town website for full job descriptions and information regarding the skills required to be a top candidate. Become a member of Team Chatham and enjoy competitive wages, benefits, and an inclusive team atmosphere that welcomes diversity. A complete listing of employment opportunities can be found on the town website.
My name is Melissa Alden. I'm an attorney here on Cape Cod. I ask that you become involved with the Cape Cod Elder Abuse Coalition. Join a committee and report anything that you believe is abuse so that we can help keep our community safe and our elders safe. Contact the number below.
It's St. Patrick's Day, and the Cape Cod St. Patrick's Day Parade was held last Saturday in Yarmouth. Cape Media News' Ryan Thompson braved the winter weather to see what locals thought of the festivities.
Welcome to Cape Media News. I'm here at the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Yarmouth, and we're going to see what people think about today's festivities.
Happy St. Pat's. Absolutely. Welcome to Yarmouth. And he's Irish, too.
You think the weather's putting a dampener and everything?
Not at all. Everybody seems like they're in great spirits, right? Yay!
Hey! Would you rather have a pot of gold or an unlimited supply of Guinness?
Pot of gold.
Pot of gold, why's that?
Because I don't drink.
That's a good reason. You having fun today?
You having fun?
Sorry. As you can see, despite all these undesirable weather conditions, there's nothing that'll stop a Cape Codder from having a good time. For Cape Media News, I'm Ryan Thompson.
57 Yorkie and Maltese dogs were rescued last month from a hoarding situation in Texas, where a would-be dog breeder was unable to keep up with the rate that her dogs were breeding. The 57 rescued dogs are estimated to be between 2 and 4 years old, and were in very poor condition when they were found, but now are spayed, neutered, vaccinated, groomed, and most of them are ready for new homes in and around Massachusetts. Sandy Paws Rescue Incorporated is currently handling the pups, but Sandy Paws does not have a public shelter in Massachusetts. So even if you're interested in a Yorkie, there's no building to visit these dogs without an appointment. Instead, many of these under-socialized dogs are being temporarily fostered on Martha's Vineyard and throughout Cape Cod. A majority of them have already been adopted, but some are still available. To learn more about this rescue or to inquire about adopting a dog, please visit sandypawsrescue.com. Additionally, Sandy Paws will be holding their first adoption event of the year at Barnstable Farm and Pet Supplies on Saturday, March 18th from 2 to 3 p.m. The Dennis Police Comfort Dog K9 Winnie Patch is officially for sale. Patches are $10 each and can be purchased at the police station. If you are not local and want to purchase one, please contact Officer Kathleen Keating at kkeating@town.dennis.mass.us. All proceeds will benefit the Dennis Police Department Comfort Dog Program. Remember the Jolly Captain, the iconic statue on Route 28 at the South Yarmouth Dennis line? Removed after a storm damaged the statue in 2010, residents could soon see the familiar face once again. Here's Christian Garnett with an update on Yarmouth's Headless Captain.
The Jolly Captain is returning. Longtime Cape Codders might remember a certain captain who welcomed visitors to Yarmouth atop the Jolly Captain Motor Lodge sign in the past. The lighthouse and the Jolly Captain statue were built in 1960, and the site operated as a motel until it was converted into condominiums in 1985. These days, the captain is nowhere to be seen, but in a recent Board of Selectmen meeting, Tom Nicanello announced that a new fiberglass Captain Jolly and a restored version of the original sign would be returning to the lighthouse's exterior.
Back in the day, before, I think it was 1984, when Captain Jolly's head fell off and float down Bass River, we are now putting Captain Jolly back on the building. And I think that's a wonderful, wonderful event for us to see Captain Jolly back on the building. It's such an iconic figure in our community. As our public artwork says on the town administrator's website, the town of Yarmouth is committed to incorporating and making public art accessible to all of the community, engaging the community while enriching public spaces and promoting civic and historical identity through visual enhancements. And Captain Jolly, by golly, is one big visual enhancement.
The return of Captain Jolly is the result of support from the Condo Association and an appeal to the Board of Appeals on February 23rd.
But yeah, you know, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to see an interest in spending money to bring that back. I don't agree with all of this return to old Cape Cod stuff, but I think the symbols of old Cape Cod are certainly worth trying to preserve or recreate. So I'm going to speak in favor of it.
Interestingly, the replica lighthouse itself is a condo, which is currently for sale. But this sale will likely have little impact on the captain himself, and only serves as another reason to reinstate Captain Jolly on that lighthouse once more. The Condo Association hopes to have the sign and statue in place in time for the summer. And we here at Cape Media Center think it'll be great to have this member of Yarmouth's Welcome Committee back on the job.
But Captain Jolly and some of these other iconic figures we've had in our community are generational. People identify our community with the visual art and the public art we display.
I'm Christian Garnett, and this is Cape Media News.
Coming up, Save Twin Brooks files an appeal against Cape Cod Commission. Stay tuned.
E4All Cape Cod is excited to once again team up with Provincetown Commons for a pitch contest. Coming on April 19th, it's the Blue Economy Pitch Contest. Pitch your idea for an organization or service or product related to Cape Cod's blue economy, and you could win one of 4 cash prizes. But hurry, because applications close on March 31st.
Hi, I'm Karen with Latham Center's Adult Supported Community Living team. If you've ever had a desire to do meaningful work, let me tell you about our shared living program. Our adult services program here on Cape Cod and just over the bridge has unique opportunities for individuals, couples, or families who can open their homes and their hearts to an individual with special needs, age 22 or older. Latham Center's Shared Living Program is a model of support for individuals with disabilities that allows an adult with special needs to achieve independence in a safe, nurturing home. Shared living providers welcome individuals with developmental disabilities into their homes and their lives. For the individual being served by this program, one of the most positive outcomes is the widening of a traditional family network. For the shared living provider, the role offers a great deal of flexibility as well as an opportunity to make a significant change in the life of someone with developmental disabilities. In shared living, an adult with special needs is carefully matched with a caring provider who shares their home, gives individualized support, and earns income for the support services and their needs of their new family member. The provider is compensated with a monthly stipend and with the added benefit of sharing his or her life with someone who will give back in so many unexpected ways. The most important component of this model is the process of making the right provider-client match. Latham's Adult Supported Community Living team seeks to place the best matching provider with the best matching client, and sometimes that can take a while. We're hoping to place someone for years to come. For clients with involved families, we aim to make one larger family, not 2 separate families. There are many ways to learn about Latham Centers. Please visit our website at lathamcenters.org/sharedliving. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Linda Colby, a member of the Elder Abuse Coalition. We can all do our part to help in this endeavor. You may reach us at the number below. Please call us for any information.
Jazz Jams Cape Cod will make its monthly return to the Cultural Center of Cape Cod this weekend on March 19th, starting at 12 p.m. This event takes place every third Sunday of the month and has been ongoing since 2006. It's a wonderful opportunity for jazz musicians of any level and practice to get together and share their talents. This event is hosted by jazz musicians Bart Wiseman, Fred Boyle, and Ron Ormsby, who will also be displaying their musical skills on drums, piano, and bass. This event is free of charge and will offer a light brunch. The Cultural Center of Cape Cod is located at 307 Old Main Street in South Yarmouth. For more information, you can head to bartwinesman.com and click the Jazz Jams icon. Have a small business? Looking for a cost-effective way to dispose of hazardous waste? Barnstable County's small business hazardous waste collections help you avoid expensive disposal costs. Small businesses such as landscapers, contractors, boat yards, artists, and home service professionals generate small volumes of certain types of hazardous waste. The Barnstable County Hazardous Materials Program offers a low-cost way for businesses to dispose of this waste in a legal, cost-effective, and responsible way. For pickup at your property or drop-off disposals, call 2 weeks ahead of collection to register and discuss materials for disposal. Disposal fees are the same as the cost paid by the town. To register, call Calliope Chute, Hazmat Environmental Specialist, at 1-800-319-2783 or email calliope@barnstablecounty.org. For collection schedules, visit loveyourlocalwater.org. Affordable and attainable housing has been a hot topic on the Cape for decades now. And while towns are attempting to tackle the issue in a variety of ways, the Cape Cod Commission has approved a development agreement for a large apartment complex at 35 Scudder Avenue in Hyannis. While the complex would create a small amount of affordable units, one local nonprofit aims to stop the project. For more on this, here's Mitch Sock.
Grassroots nonprofit Save Twin Brooks, along with a local business and resident, filed an appeal on March 9th in Barnstable County Superior Court, challenging the Cape Cod Commission's approval of a 312-unit, 510-bedroom apartment complex on the Twin Brooks Golf Course site in Hyannis Village. This development is the last large open green space in the village and forms the core of the endangered Stewart's Creek estuary. The appeal contends that the Cape Cod Commission approved a development agreement for the project despite finding it to be inconsistent with two key objectives in its regional policy plan. It also claims that the commissioners failed to address substantive issues raised in expert testimony, did not review or discuss compliance with the town of Barnstable's local comprehensive plan, and that the hearing process favored the developer.
Okay, while that's going, before you start the time, may I again ask for an extended time? I know
No,
the
sir, you have 3
developer had
minutes, Mr. Ale.
35 minutes to talk.
Yes, understood. You have 3 minutes, Mr. Ale.
All
Would
right,
you
sir,
like
we
the-
will
would you
do
like
that.
the time?
Okay, let's go to slide 2, please.
The decision of the Cape Cod Commission to approve this project is unprecedented, and every town on Cape Cod should take notice, said Karen McGuire, president of Save Twin Brooks. This property, located on the Stewart's Creek estuary, should be restored and conserved for the benefits of future generations. We don't have to choose between housing and the environment. We want both. The Twin Brooks site comprises nearly 40 acres of land, forming a triangle with the north side paralleling and connecting to Scudder Avenue near the West End Rotary, and the other two longer sides bordered by the natural tidal streams Stewart's Creek and Joshua's Brook, which converge at the southern point to form the already compromised Stewart's Creek estuary. Wildlife abounds on the site and in the surrounding areas, and Twin Brooks acts as a natural bridge connecting the forested neighborhoods off Greenwood Avenue to the west and C Street to the east. It is located just south of a designated environmental justice community who have little access to public parklands and green space. The organization hopes that this appeal will set a precedent for future developments in environmentally sensitive areas on Cape Cod. The appeal can be found on Save Twin Brooks' website at www.savetwinbrooks.org/appeal. For Cape Media News, I'm Mitch Sock.
Thank you for joining us this evening, and tune in next week for more hyperlocal news that matters. For Cape Media News, I'm Lauren Williamson.